Test. There we go. There we go. Hey there. Oh, let's turn reverb off. Give it a clean signal. Both ears. Is that both ears? It's like a nightmare I have, man. Just like trying to figure out, both ears, both ears, both ears, both ears, both ears. I've got 40 videos with only one ear uploaded. I am going to make some noise. Thanks, man. How's the vocal sound that you were able to hear? If you were here during the vocals, they're kind of quiet in my ear. That's one of the reasons I'm asking. something until I like the sound of it, and then I'll add it. Drums are tricky with this song if I do it like I'm doing it really slow. That's some techno to this song. Ain't no army drumming around here. Slow. No, I don't like it. I don't like the drums on this one tonight. But there's a microphone everywhere in here. Disaster. This song is not ready for any drumming whatsoever. But you know what? Let's do some groovy drumming. We're done with you, zombie. We're done with you, man. Fade you out to the nothing. Like it never happened. Goodbye, zombie. Oh! There it is. Turn down the bass, man. No more bass, man. Get some groovy stuff in here. Wow, yeah, so, what was the title? What was the title of this that I gave it? Let's go look at that screen. Well, I had the vocals are off. Meaning, are they quiet? Are they quiet? Is that, whoa. Hopefully that's better. That's pretty loud. Is that louder? Is that louder, man? Do you like the sound of my voice right now? That's better? Okay. Not cool, man. I kind of felt that. I felt that groove. I felt that groove, man. Whenever I was singing, I could kind of barely hear myself in my headphones. I'm quiet. I was just hiding behind my black guitar. Is that better? Tuner? We got a better from Shane G and a yes. He says, dig that. Then I see vocals are off. Can barely hear you. Better. Yes. Guitar sounds good, but you were quiet. I'm trying not to take that personal, okay, Tanner? All right. Hopefully that's louder. So, yeah. Here comes the we could hear you singing. You could hear me singing. All sounds great now. Oh, thanks. I'll take that as a compliment, and I will take that personal as a personal compliment. So I have some decent news. Besides the fact that you should be able to hear me in both ears now. That's been confirmed at the beginning. I see 2 stereo tracks running on the audio input, like should been the whole time. So that should be. Oh, there's a love. Oh gosh, I love the little hearts flying everywhere. So yeah, that's an improvement. And now I've been having a lot of issues with my. Like I don't know if you remember, like 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, I was just like freaking out on my stream. Had to use a webcam. I use an iPhone for a camera. And yeah, it's a piece of crap, man. It has like there's a software on the camera and a software on the computer, so it's 2 points of failure. And it's great. So I'm actually going to upgrade my camera. It's a lot of research, but I think it's going to be a lot freaking better than this garbage. Love, heart, heart. There's like so many of them. So many hearts that just come out of the heart. It's amazing. They're so pretty. All right, so I'm just going to do this. I'm going to talk about this. So, a little format that I'm applying here because I happen to like the title. The title of the stream is how to practice anything. I'm actually going to be teaching youth, or I guess recreational soccer for I think like second grade. Yeah, second grade boys, maybe third grade up to third grade. Assistant, so I'm not really that special, but I don't know anything about soccer, but I would love to learn how kids learn and how to help them practice better, and also myself. And the thing that I've been really into lately is watching a lot of hip-hop videos that are like R&B dancing and stuff like that. Stuff's awesome for many reasons. But anyways, the real big reason is I'll watch these dancers, and you can see the ones that are very robotic and just going through the motions, and like, oh, got 1, 2, foot there, and it's cool and all that. They can do that. I can't do a lot of that stuff, basically none of it. But whenever the people that get super expressive, those are the ones that they kind of put in the spotlight, because they're not necessarily there to impress anyone. They're legitimately expressing themselves. And, nice, that will be fun, very fun. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's like 2 weeks away, going to start that. But anyways, so my thing here is my last gig was this last Saturday, and I'll be gigging more in the fall, winter. However, my practice, I have 2 more gigs at a local place, and then it's going to be kind of off and on there because the winter gets really slow here and music isn't very desirable. People just want to get out of their house and get back home from the snow and everything, so it's not as fruitful. Anyways, so what I'm going to be doing over my hibernation is eating donuts, but also I'm going to be working on shifting all of my set lists to 90s. So my new thing is any song from the 90s that has an impact on me once I listen to it again and kind of understand where it's from. I have a lot of 90s on my list already, so it's already working in my favor. And, really getting into the meaning of those songs and understanding those songs. And, even movies. So if a movie came out in the 90s that had some songs in it, it's all related to the 90s. It doesn't have to be only 90s songs, but things that were prevalent in the 90s. So who knows? I think the Titanic came out in the 90s, so I'm just like, we'll fall. Wait, hold on. You gotta add a whole lot of reverb for that. We'll fall. Yeah, that's probably been done many times, but you know what? Let's bring that back. Learn from them too. Yes, definitely we'll learn from them. That is actually one of the big reasons that I want to do it, man. The kids and gosh, Elliot's he's the man. I don't know if you guys saw the video I posted of him learning I'm having trouble trying to sleep. He's doing the bass line, so he's like, and he's singing, which is really cool. He's like, not even 8 years old, and I can't get into a room. Not like my kid's better than any kids, but what I'm saying is that their ability to learn is insane. I get in a room with a bunch of these kids and be like, hey, all you kids pick up the guitar and play any song, and it's not going to be very common, but it's interesting that each kid can ultimately have their own passion and have their own practice and just drive to something that they enjoy. I definitely will say that having my daughter, which is double his age, no, excuse me, like 3 or 4 years older, excuse me. No, actually, how old is she again? She's turning 12. My bad. So she's older than him, about 4 years older than him. So she didn't go, she kind of went through a phase where she kind of touched the guitar and stuff like that, but never did she get into the phase of really trying to get into it and understanding how to really know where the notes are at and all the sounds and how to hear those in the head and hear those out. It's really neat. So now he's working on a the world is a vampire sent to drain betrayed desires. So we're working on that song. We just started a couple of days ago on that song. That's our first like full-on 90s song that we feel is pretty 90s, and the song is freaking sick. It's awesome, man. That song, "Bullet with Butterfly Wings," is probably one of my favorite songs because I think a lot of people can relate to it, especially when you break down what that song means. That song means like. The song doesn't say "bullet with butterfly wings." That's what it's called, though. When you play the spot on the rage and rat in a cage or rat in a cage, that's the name of the song, right? No, it's not the name of the song. It's called "Bullet with Butterfly Wings," and the song is actually about the bullet is him and his rage, the writer of the song or the writers of the song, and the butterfly wings are the delicacy of the bullet, the rage, that basically that bullet's doing nothing but pissed off at the world because they're sitting there yelling at the top of their lungs. They can't do anything because they're a rat in a cage. They're just like, can't get out of the cage. So that's, I think, kind of how we all feel, and that's prevalent through the violence and politics and everything, all the Trump stuff, any of the politics, doesn't matter, Republican, Democrat, who cares? It's really prevalent through the way that we feel, and we live in that all the time. So that's kind of, the direction that I want to go is I would love to learn songs that I can emotionally connect to instead of the previous musician of me in the past 10 years, super focused on which is nothing wrong with it whatsoever, but super focused on the amount of songs, the amount of stuff, and the amount of knowledge I could gain around music versus actually expressing myself through the music. So anybody's music, and really understanding that part to possibly write my own stuff. But I need to feel that expression, because this whole last 10 years, I've felt little tidbits of that, and I think that's what the looping is kind of bringing out, is that I understand that I can make music and I can express myself, but getting out of that stage where I need to impress people, this false sense of ability that I have to play like play Thunderstruck, right? I mean, that was like when I first started, like, hey, watch me go. And it takes a long time in anything that you do to get out of that phase. And then to the self-expressive stage, which brings me back to the R&B dancers. When you see them moving and you see the ones that are just popping it and just not mechanical or anything, you know that they're just in it. And they don't care. They're not impressing anybody. What's coming in their body is going on. You're seeing it, and then that's hard to do that with all the eyes and the judging and your domestication as a human growing up. So those things are crazy. So my theory is that if I focus on one area of, say, the 90s, because I can relate to it, and of course there's a massive target market for millennials that love the 90s, and a lot of people love the 90s, and it's just an interesting time of music, because if you really go back and listen to it, there's barely any soloing at all. So it's not like I don't want to solo. It's not like I'm against soloing or anything like that, but it leaves it a lot. I'm a rhythm guy in my head, and I really can hear the rhythms, and I want to change the rhythms and write a little solo possibly for all of these songs, because I've written solos for covers that I do now. And it would be interesting to me to have a solo over something that never had a solo, just writing a solo, which is kind of cool. It allows me to express myself because there's no one that's expressed that exact solo before, and it's not like I'm better than them because I can do that. But the fact that I can express myself is very interesting, which leads me to this whole thing. And when you're practicing, this is a book that I've been reading. Highly recommend it. I'm not paid to sell this book, but it's called The Wisdom of Insecurity by Alan Watts. And then the beginning of it, the very first chapter, very first paragraph of this book says, "I've always been fascinated by the law of reversed effort." Yep, sounds familiar. Sometimes I call it the backwards law. When you try to stay on the surface of the water, you sink. But when you try to sink, you float. When you hold your breath, you lose it, which immediately calls to mind an ancient and much known. Okay, that's when it gets really technical and whatever. So, yeah, you try to hold your breath. And then, you can't hold your breath all of a sudden. You try to play a solo, and you can't play a solo. You try to kick a soccer ball, but you can't because you're working so hard to I need to kick it with the inside of my foot, and I gotta get low, and gotta go get some cleats, and all these other things, instead of just simply expressing yourself. It doesn't have to mean that you're a fast guitar. For me, it doesn't mean that I need to be a fast guitar player, or a soccer player has to be a fast runner. It's just that self-expression that they can bring out. Hey, I would like to get the ball over there. However, I'm going to enjoy having the ball and enjoy having the team around me moving that ball with me. That's powerful, that you're part of something, an energy connection. Like, boom, you're taking that soccer ball from someone else and you're passing it to someone else. Nonverbal communication, that is sweet. You can learn a lot from that stuff. Yes, exactly. Just play what makes me happy. Yes, yep. Yeah, because exactly. That's well said. Don't even say anything about that. But let me do. Hold on, guys. I just got a text. Let's bring this live. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. I have no idea who this is. Oh no. Oh baby. Oh, this is a long text. I'm just gonna read this. This will be entertaining. This is a fresh text that I just got, music related. So, context. This guy got me a gig recently working at the Topsom Fair for the American Legion, playing music there for a gig. So, me and him have jammed together. We respect each other as musicians. And I haven't read any of this. I'm just telling you the backstory of the man and me. All right. Chris. Running into the situation again where we have a gig but no band. The drummer and I are on a musician's database with friends and past band members. When one gets offered a gig, the person reaches out to the drummers, bass players, guitarist, and vocalist on the database and announces the gig date, location, and monetary offer and waits to see. God, this is a lot. So let me just read it and summarize it for you guys. Okay, let's make a gig date. Ouch. Next choice, practice location, use garage, the gigs play, we got pay me go off on our own way again. Sometimes never see you. I'd like to have you. Oh, okay. I say we do level name. It was supposed to be 4 pieces, female singer, and me on bass. Singer could not. Oh, and we wound up with a trio. So the female singer. Okay, if I can put you on our database, please let me know. Also, if you can send me a sample set list of your genre, that would help when we get the next gig. Invite. May the strings be with you. I love that. May the strings be with you, Lou. The guy was he was in the Marine Corps band. He was a Marine, and still always a Marine. Just wasn't. He is always a Marine. So that so now he wants me to be on his band list. So when he gets gigs, he's going to reach out to me. I guess they had a singer just bail out on a gig or something like that, and it was a female singer. Maybe he sees me as a female singer or something like that. Like, 35 years of my life being still, trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. Maybe he wants me to do that. I'll just do that song. Oh yeah, so Lindsay and I, there's some songs that she absolutely does not want me to play, and one of them, One of them is. She doesn't like that song. You got a fast car. And, it's been played a lot, but it is a good song, so I kind of respect that. But the thing that I've been challenged with lately is I saw a documentary on Alanis Morissette, and I'm kind of obsessed with her a little bit, where she came from, and everything is really neat, and her story is just so cool. She's badass. But either way, I do not know what song to learn from Alanis Morissette. Sometimes I want to learn like less known songs, but then the other ones that she sings are easy to connect with. Maybe it's because they got so popular. But the Isn't It Ironic? I haven't learned any of that song. They're not difficult songs by any means, but they're pretty cool. So they always bring me back somewhere. What you could do with those songs, and the fact that they just represent so much history in my head too. So if anybody on here has any Alanis Morissette songs that they think would be a great fit to learn, please let me know, and I'll start popping them on the practice list and see how they feel. So one thing so let's apply this practice thing that we're talking about, and in this case, we'll start with a nice clean tone, and nothing going on, so a little bit of reverb. I play clean most of the time, I'm an acoustic player, so if I look at pick from a practice perspective, I can play the A minor pentatonic. That's like pretty much the whole fretboard of the A minor pentatonic, and I could play all over the place with that. However, I was just playing to play. I was just showing you a scale. So instead of that, what I would think would be a better way to practice is to maybe constrain myself to expression instead of the amount of notes that I'm playing or the amount of things. So in the case, let's get a... Too much reverb. I'm going to take some of this reverb out of here. Yeah. Much better. Might be a crappy loop, but you know what? It's not the point of this exercise. And that's annoying. I'm not doing that. So... maybe not. Oh, it's so sad. So if I pick one shape here to play around with, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. That's what it said. Yeah, that's all right, but I could do some more with that. I'm gonna stay here this whole time. I'm not going over the fretboard. guess she's away. No. Ain't no sunshine, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no darkness when she's away, away. And then add little, you know, when people say, so a guitarist, when you hear just that's like a in the English language. Rarely do they, I mean, and people just love that because it screeches the ears and it adds all the destruction of the sound. You add some effects to it. And it's like, they didn't mean to say any of that. They're just trying to keep the noise going, right? They were just playing to play most of the time. But whenever they get expressive, you say, I said there's no sunshine in the nation. I said there's no sunshine in the nation. I said there's no, I said there's no, I said there's no, I said there's no, I said there's no sunshine in the nation. See, nope, it's hard to find it. I said there's no sunshine. I said there's no sunshine. The nation, nation. Oh yeah. I was just all fillers. I was like saying, And if it was in distortion, you wouldn't hear any mistakes because it's like, you just hear a bunch of percussion in that case. Now, can my human voice do that? Ain't no sunshine, nation. It's just those. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Thanks, Tanner. Thanks, Shane. Yeah, man, that's the cool part about it. So I've been watching a lot of John Mayer tutorials, and the dude's, I love, he's probably he is my favorite guitarist, for sure. Dude's soulful. He can write a pop song. He can play a pop song. He can make a pop song sound really difficult, because it is, and the dude's just nuts. Love him. But anyways, so, like, I mean, I'm stuck here, right? I can't go anywhere. I could do certain other things within this shape. I mean, I have more options. I mean, I could change the expression through the instrument itself. So this is tremolo on the guitar. I don't have to work as much. And that little some tone. Ooh, that feels a little different. Ain't no sunshine. Feel the little with my voice in the nation. What he said. So that's my tremolo. I could play with that for a while and just not do a lot. I mean, that would totally, for me, that would be very expressive to stay here. Lighter playing. Oh, yeah, it just like fades into nowhere. It's like the energy is just out there and it's gone. No, it's like it can change the. Do a little Stairway to Heaven in there somewhere, huh? Tell us stories through the tremolo. Love it. And I like others. Man, I'm gonna steal that, dude. The camera's over there, but clearly the chat is over here. Tremolo, 2 M's and 2 L's with an A. Is that an A, Tanner? M-M-A-L-L-O. That is sick. If that's how you spelled it, I'm stealing that, man. All right, enough of that. Let's see what it sounds like reverse first. It's like a creepy something. It's like girl with the dragon tattoo. Whoa. Faded out. However, tremolo is. Wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend, and we could cut ties with all the lies that you've been living in. If you do not want to see me again, I would understand. That song is not on a tremolo, but I was trying to find any song that I could work. Oh, yeah, it is you're right about that. The 70s route. That's very true. Tremolo, man. I had a couple the other night tell me that they really love the 60s a lot. They graduated with them, and I totally understand that that they would love the 60s because that's some really good music, psychedelic rock. Crimson and Clover has a strong hold on me, and I will most likely grow. I've gotten the basics of it down, but I will totally grow with that song as a psychedelic song over time. That's probably one of the coolest songs I've ever heard in my life, honestly. It's just it invites me to meander into the music and meander into I don't even know what the song is. I mean, it's about love, giving it to some girl. Who cares? Whatever you want to interpret it as. But it's a meandering song, like the What's Up song by 4 Non Blondes. That song's about nothing. even if you look it up, like what she intended, she said, the song's not about anything at all. It was literally meant to be about nothing. She's like, 25 years of my life and still trying to get up that great big hill of hope, for whatever that means. And then it goes on to say, I always have to sing the songs to remember the lyrics. It's kind of weird, but yeah, that song, I thought it was about women power, #MeToo. That's what I thought it was about. And I thought it was pretty neat how it was said, but it wasn't. It's not about that. It was just literally just, what's going on? That's all it was. So this song I'm going to get into. I'm not doing that song, just kidding. And he took this. Oh, it's easy. That's what he said last. All right. So this song is a slightly freaking. Come on, headphones. They're like attacking me, man. They pull me down. Get off of me. Get off of me, headphones. All right, much better. I can breathe. Oh. Sometimes I like too much reverb. Olivia pointed that out to me. It's a little bit too loud. Is it too loud, man? Maybe. Woo, woo, woo. Good volume. I think it's good. Give it a little bit of going back to the 90s, boys. And girls, ladies, men. I won't stand for that. The guitar needs to be tuned. I don't think you should stand for that either. I've fixed the one ear issue. Now it is time for me to make sure that everything sounds sweet as it possibly can for you and me. So this song, I thought it was about suicide, but it's not. It's actually about drugs. I mean, I'm sure maybe a bunch of other people knew that, and I was just alone thinking it was about suicide. That's not, I don't know what that means, but I guess when you actually break the lyrics down, everything makes sense. But this, pretty sure this is a 90s song. How long will I slide? Separate my side. I don't, I'm going to start that one over. See, I was going back into impression. I learned that song a long time ago. I'm restarting it because I make this into content when I'm done too. So. Separate my side. Don't believe it's bad. Slitting my throat is all I ever. Heard your voice through a photograph. Thought it up and it brought up the past. Won't you know you can never go back? I gotta take it on the other side. Centuries of what it meant to me. Cemetery where I marry the sea. Stranger things would never change my mind. I gotta take it on the other side. Take it on the Take it on, take it on. How long will I slide? Separate my side. I don't believe it's bad. Slit in my throat is all I am. Pour my life into a paper cup. Ashtray's full and I'm spilling my guts. She wants to know if I'm still a slut. I gotta take it on the other side. Scarlet starlet and she's in my bed. Candidate for my soulmate bled. She pushed the trigger and she pulled a thread. I gotta take it on the other side. Take it on the other side. Take it on. Take it on. How long will I slide? Separate my side. I don't believe it's bad. Slit in my throat is all I have. Take me on and take me for a ride. Burn me out and leave me on the other side. Well, I fell and tell and it's not my friend. I tear it down, and then it's gone again. How long will I slide? Separate my side. I don't believe it's bad. Slit in my throat is all I have. How long will I slide? I separate my side. There we go. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Other Side. All right. Well, I'm gonna go over here on these drums, probably for a little bit, and I'm gonna cut the stream off. But maybe I can find something in those drums. Who knows? See how this turned out. I'll take it. Now I'm gonna go run my mouth over here on this microphone and play these drums. Oh, look at that. It says it's on funk. See how I feel about this? It's kind of funky. Like that kit that much. It kind of doesn't feel like good. I can play a beat to it, but I can't feel good with it. I like that. Turn down these drums, the snares. Sometimes it makes no sense, but it's fun. Sometimes what I'll do, is I'll just jam on this thing for a while. I'll come over there and add a new loop, but the challenge is I basically got to get a groove going over here and remember exactly what I was doing because I've got to go over there and press that, get a loop cut, and then I've got to like time it. It's like pretty tough to do it right. Too much cowbell. Too much snare. So I turn the snare down. I don't like that loud. Some people might, but I don't. Turn that down. Hit it for a while. How I feel about it. Add a bass drum to it. Enough of it. Oh, you can do that all night long, man. So let's do one more little drummy jam. So one song. So my favorite song to play on the drums, and I guess I would call it vamping. I would vamp off of this. Is a song. It's called Toadies, Possum Kingdom. I really absolutely think it's one of the coolest. I think it's one of the coolest drum rhythms. I don't know. It speaks to me a lot. It has space in it, but it doesn't. It's tricky, but it isn't. I mean, musically. I mean, it's not like world-renowned drumming by any means, but it's a cool song. It really makes you stop and think about what you're doing. So in this case, so that little boom boom chee boom boom right. I'll point it out too. That one boom chant. It just does it once, and if you notice the second time, it does it twice, which really can screw with your head rhythmically, especially if you're playing guitar. Because I would just be like down, and there'd be space for me, but the drummer fills in that space in that song, and it's pretty cool with that double bass kick instead of the one. So it tells you, hey, we did it. Now here's the second time around. Now let's get to the next part of the lyrics. It's pretty neat. The bass comes. slow it down, speed it up. And there's so many rhythms in that. So there's so many things that the reason why I like that song is not just because it's a good song, and it's because it's cool how they did it, but you can stop it, slow it down, change it around to do it kind of what you want with it. So you can slow it down, whatever. Oh boy, that foot's not working that for me. Come on, baby. Do your thing. Do your thing. Done. All right. This stream is now complete. Have a nice night. Thanks for joining, everyone.